Howdy ho, everybody. I am Donut. This is my fiance.
Thermites.
We are watching I've seen South Park to season 20-something.
I'm watching Blinds.
This is a Black Lives Matter supporting and All Cops for Bastards supporting channel, and if that bothers you, you can get the fuck out of here. This is Season 4, Episode 9, Do the Handicapped Go to Hell?
Oh boy!
What is your answer?
I'm gonna say no.
The Handicapped do not go to hell.
I mean, I guess that's a pretty blanket statement. I don't think you should be able to cut off your arm and immediately go to heaven.
It's like
real
war.
loophole.
It's like war. Just shoot yourself in the foot and you go to heaven real quick.
Oh no!
Alright. Well, if you want to get the full length of it, check it out on the Patreon for $4 a month. Wow, I want to say really quick, at the end there, I recognized a character design from a character, like, way later in the show that, the character design was around this long, which surprised me.
Okay.
But I should have said that for, future people, go back and check there for a second. That was actually really interesting. I wonder if they just, I know they just reused that asset, but interesting. Yeah, what would you rate the episode?
Right now, I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because it's kind of, part ones are always harder to, because they don't have a conclusion. And especially this one had a, Cartman's mom as a dirty slut had a bit of a conclusion before we got to the, even if the conclusion was a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This wasn't even much of a cliffhanger. It was kind of just like, and ran out of time, to be continued.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like, Cartman's mom's dirty slut actually, the cliffhanger was part of the climax of the episode. It was that is why this not why this episode is good, but, it was a big memorable moment in itself because it was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Whereas this was more of a, and end.
Yeah. But yeah, as it is of itself, I do think 7 out of 10 is good.
Yeah.
You can't rate it too high because it doesn't have a conclusion, but for what it is, I really like the more, this was a little bit less of a comedic, immediately comedic thing. It's more of the just the ridiculousness of the situations. The Satan storyline is very, very normal. You would see it in any other sitcom, which we said would be a, we kind of said it as a bad thing last episode. But I think it works here, well, because with the Cartman and Wendy thing, that is just a normal ass sitcom, thing. Whereas this is taking a normal sitcom what am I trying to say? A normal sitcom plot line and making it more interesting with it being about Satan and Saddam Hussein, and then you just have this, Chris, and then they could not have picked a better name for the guy than Chris.
And I do think Satan's comedy does lend itself very well to extremely mundane plots.
Yeah.
Because part of the big joke is that he is so extremely mundane.
Yeah. And yeah, this episode, even, with just a little bit we've got so far, I already think is, so much better LGBT representation for, gay characters than any other normal sitcom trying to do this plot line.
Yeah.
And that a big thing saying that is that, a lot of times, I've never even seen this sort of plot line done with, gay characters because it has nothing to do with it. Right. They just happen to be gay. Satan is gay, so the partner is Chris, It's not, it has nothing to do with him being gay. It is solely a different plot line that then, but that is what makes, I think, Satan and Chris as well, both, just the relationship in this episode. Very, good representation.
Yeah.
And the Saddam is such a fantastic, person to fill the abuser archetype sort of thing. Just because it's Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
It's so, you couldn't have gotten a better person to be it. It's so fucking funny, the dynamics between the three of them. I wouldn't.
It's so amazing.
I rated the episode 7 out of 10 as well. What was your favorite joke in the episode?
My favorite joke might actually just be Kenny getting hit by the bus in the extended, oh my god, you killed Kenny.
Yeah. The oh my god, Kenny's going to hell.
Yeah.
But, I think my favorite joke might be, either just spraying Timmy with the hose, to baptize him, or the nurse's reaction to them saying well, Timmy can't communicate. What was the term? you can't, it's just said it so much this episode, I can't remember it. Talking about your sins, what is that called?
Confess?
Yeah, if you can't, well, confess you're doing communion, basically,
okay, sure.
And all that. But, yeah, like, if he can't confess his sins and everything, then, is he going to hell? And her just, immediate, that's not my problem. What else? The sound effect, like scream sound effect. It's
my God.
It's not the Wilhelm scream. I know there is a name for it, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But just hearing it every single time we got to hell was fucking killing me. So funny. I don't know why generic screams are so funny to me, but like, stock. I guess stock audio,
Sure.
stock footage, like stock audio screams they make me laugh every even when it's used in like an actual big budget film and they're trying to slide it under the radar.
Right.
That still makes me laugh just as fucking hard.
Okay.
I mean, for different reasons, because they thought they could get it under the radar.
Yeah.
Whereas this, like, they're not thinking they're playing it every fucking time we got to hell. Well, what else? If you want to talk about this episode. I mean, just the kids in general had, a bigger, I feel like, a lot of the kids had speaking roles this episode, as opposed to, like, them just being there, but, like, one character says something or something. I feel like this was, an episode where the town as a whole, everybody's getting speaking lines, not just feeling like, they're just in the background.
And since it is a multi-parter, that also does explain it. Like, they have more breathing room.
Yeah. As well. I'll have to check who the guest voice for Chris is, because it's definitely not Matt or Trey, I don't think. I just opened it up and immediately got to it. He's voiced by Diane Bacher, just longtime friend of theirs.
Okay.
I do like that a lot of the guest stars are just that. Like, they have no real credits, just like, just Matt and Trey's. Like, Oda Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Oda Nobunaga was, Matt, or no, Trey's, like, long-term friend. The very first thing that Trey has ever done, audio, video, anything online was with him, so.
Was the nun voiced by anyone in particular?
No, I believe she was just, one of the new,
okay. Because,
women voice actors.
Like, her voice is very naturalistic.
Yeah.
It immediately hit me as like, oh, this isn't someone doing a voice. This does sound like someone's voice.
It did remind me of the girl in Rainforest.
Oh, yeah.
Just very sort of like, just felt like a, normal speaking voice. Not really any tweak to it at all. But, maybe because she was just like a random girl, it's probably just whichever voice actor doing their normal voice.
Okay.
And, we're not used to it because they're so new, they haven't done a character that's just a normal voice.
Right.
So in Hell, there was continuity from the movie besides, like, the normal stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you catch it at all?
Was it the Chained Up guys?
Not particularly, but Conan O'Brien was there.
Oh.
Because he was killed. Now he's in hell down there.
I guess Conan didn't come back then. He's just dead.
That's true. Yeah, he did not come back. But yeah, among, plenty of other returning faces, but I like that bit of continuity.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Even though, the continuity in, South Park is wickedy wild.
Oh, yeah.
It's all over the place. Mm-hmm. We've already had so many times where it's like, the boys will say something, like they don't know something, or they know something, usually about, like, a level of, like, sex ed.
Sure.
Their knowledge of sex ed seems to just be whatever it needs to be for the episode.
Right,
which I think is fine.
Yeah.
Like, everything else I think is pretty continuity fine. The only, like, big glaring flaws is definitely, like, the knowledge they have of sex ed.
Okay.
That's, I think, that's something you really have to spin your disbelief with episode by episode. But, I mean, if, Kenny comes back every fucking episode. If you can't spin your disbelief with their sex ed changes every episode, then,
Yeah, like, if we had another episode later on that was the boys not knowing what church is, that would feel really weird.
Yeah, same. Like, that is something where the whole show's premise is them being kids and stuff, so, if you're gonna run out of material if they're learning this stuff that fast.
Yeah.
So.
Or they're going to be, like, 25-year-olds in the bodies of 8-year-olds.
Yeah. So you gotta have some bit of, like, reset with their personalities.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know it was the exact same quote, but, yeah, like Chris's, "You like that, don't you, bitch?" was the exact same line Saddam says in the movie. But yeah, that's all I have for my notes for this episode. I feel like there's still more we could talk about for this, but, like, thematically wise, but I think we'll save it for the next one.
Sure.
Because it's a two-parter. So, alright. We'll see you guys for the next one. And until then, you can get the fuck out of here. If you want to get the early access for it, check it out. $4 a month as well.